Hi, hello, I'm Mac, and welcome to a deep dive on Runaway. This is one of the most requested videos, and I thought, what better way to start a channel? I don't know. I thought it was a very fitting video as it's the first song, and I figured, it'd be really fun. So, yeah. Here is a deep dive on Runaway. I have my guitar because this is actually the guitar I used to write this song. And it's a very, very heartwarming, sad song for me. Um, and yeah, so let's get straight into it. So the chords are very simple. I don't know if anyone actually wants to play it, but it's G, C, E minor, and then there's a D in there sometimes. And it's a capo on the fourth fret. So you can follow along while I go through the lyrics too. So it's a very versatile video. So first, it's sipping my 4 cups of coffee, wishing I could just forget it all. So, this first line was very important to me. I mean, it's the hook, right? It's what kind of draws you in. I was like, that's really weird. 4 cups? Really? I mean, that's probably not what you're thinking. But I wanted a very, very interesting, intriguing first few lines. I wanted it to be something that was different because I'm a different kind of person. I thought it'd be really funny to bring up the fact that I really like coffee because it's like the first thing most of my friends think of. So I thought it was really funny. So it would be sipping my 4 cups of coffee, wishing I could just forget it all. Yeah. Time seems to move more swiftly, but I'm still stuck here in the backseat. This was, again, it's a very weird song to me because I wrote it about not just one person. So the plot isn't only about this breakup and like terrible thing. It was about everything else that was going on around the time as well. Sorry, I talk with my hands. So yeah, so the whole sitting in the backseat, it feels like I wasn't in control. I felt like I was a backseat driver, almost because I'm in control somewhat, but not enough. And it still kind of feels that way. It's gotten better since the song has come out, of course. And it's definitely a very, very emotional song. My parents listen to it, so I don't think they've put together that it's also a little bit about them, but they definitely have not. But it's okay. So time seems to move more swiftly, but I'm still stuck here in the backseat. I don't know just where my mind went and I lost my left shoe. Lost my left shoe, fun fact, is actually a reference to Newsies. I can't just say lost my shoe because it fits. It doesn't really fit syllables wise, but if you've watched Newsies, Specs says in the middle of Carrying the Banner, they say, I lost my voice, and then he screams, and I lost my shoe. Or we found our voice, and I lost my shoe. I wanted to make a reference to that. It's my favorite musical. Everyone who knows me knows. I thought it was funny. I don't know just where my mind went. Actually, used to be, I don't know where my mind went. So that was a little fix-up. But it's basically like when you break up with someone, no matter how long you were together, unless it was a day, they usually make an imprint on you. And when that person leaves, it's really hard to figure out who you are. Things usually change. I went through changing my hair. I went through, I got new glasses. I got new shoes. I got an electric keyboard. I dyed my hair. I started writing more and more music. I eventually started working with who is now my producer on actual music and like releasing music, and now we're working on an EP. Like everything was changing, and part of it was because I lost myself for a very long time while all of this was happening, to the point where it was all happening but I wasn't happy. And so that kind of like goes with feeling like I didn't know where I was at, and eventually I figured it out. And the next line kind of goes hand in hand with that, because it's soul was stolen, heart was broken, can you take me back to when I felt like everything was taken from me. I felt like I was stripped of my identity, and that sucks. Which kind of leads into the next line. Pieces were still together and I felt at home. Your hand was in mine and nothing could go wrong. Usually when the pieces are intact and you're with this person that you care about, it feels very comforting. It felt like because we're together, nothing wrong, nothing bad is ever gonna happen. False. That's false. Completely false. I am living proof of that. And the chorus is actually one of my favorites that I wrote. And it was because it was the first song. It was the first chorus that my producer was like, oh my god, you can write music. Obviously, as we went through the EP, he was like, these are all bangers. So I'm very excited to do deep dives for them when that comes out, which we don't really know when that's happening. But I'm very excited nonetheless. So the chorus is, time is slipping away, the waves are pulling me in. I think I played that wrong. Time is slipping away, the waves are pulling me in, and I don't wanna stay. I just wanna run away, run away. So this is about, for me, the waves are pulling me in. I was in a riptide at one point. It was the scariest moment of my life, and that was until this whole situation happened. So it felt like I was being pulled in, and like I was gonna drown and I was gonna die, and that's the feeling I was trying to get past. And time was moving very fast. Time had literally no hold over me. I completely ignored that finals were coming up. I ignored that like the first semester was ending. Like everything was just kind of not happening for me. And I didn't want to stay in that mindset. I wanted to get out of it. I didn't know how to get out of it, but I wanted to get out of it. And this next part is probably the saddest part I wrote, and I think I cried writing it, because I thought of a day I spent with my puppy. And that's like obviously not a sad thing, but it's, I've been down on my knees begging for the pain to stop. I would sit and my puppy would run around in circles, and I would sit and I would watch him, and I was literally just looking up at the sky saying like, is this ever gonna go away? Is this ever gonna end? And it sucked, and I would scream, leading to screaming out loud, waiting for a sign of another day. I was waiting for it to go away. I was like, one day it's gonna go away. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not next week, but one day it'll go away. I was hoping by the time this song came out, it would have gone away. It didn't, and I'm still waiting for the day that it's going to fully go away, but it's definitely gotten easier. Like, way easier. I'm still petty, I'm still annoying, but I'm dealing with it at least. And I've recognized, like, maybe I don't really want this to happen, to come back to me, you know? I just want to know, is someone coming to save me? Or should I stop waiting? 'Cause Um, I was wondering if I was going to be saved. I was wondering if there's something that was going to happen that was going to make me feel better. And I didn't want to wait for it. And I didn't end up waiting for it. I wrote the song in December, and we finalized it by February, and I was very, very excited to start this new process of my life. I've been dreaming of this since I was a little kid, and I wanted to prove to my family members that the little shows I used to put on for them, that wasn't all I was ever gonna do. I wasn't just gonna put on little family room shows. I was gonna do something. I was gonna go somewhere. I was gonna go out into the world and prove to the world that I can do what I want to do. And eventually I stopped waiting for that. So don't wait for that perfect moment to come. You have to seek it out a little bit. Granted, I'm very lucky because I work with one of the greatest guys I know. But if I didn't show him this song, if I didn't tell him I wanted to write music, I wouldn't be in this position. So if I didn't seek him out even just a little bit, it wouldn't have worked. So there's also that. And then the bridge. I gave it my all, let you take my heart, but you tore it into two. Tell me where I went wrong, don't wanna lose me too. I did my best to be the best. It didn't work. I did what I could. I made the person feel special because that's how I wanted to be treated. And they still left. They still left. They still broke me. And I think the whole point was just because you're ready and that you're doing everything you can, and it seems like maybe they're not, doesn't mean that. It just means that their best isn't the same as your best. And I felt like I did something wrong, like, tell me, what did I do wrong? Which they actually told me I didn't do anything wrong. And I was worried that by going crazy, I would lose myself. And I didn't want to lose the person and who I was at the same time. So, yeah, that's Runaway. A song that started it all. Crazy. Insane. And this is actually the guitar that started it all. It's the first guitar I bought by myself, completely on my own. And, yeah. So this is the guitar that I write all my music on. Super dope. So, yeah. Stream Runaway everywhere. It's on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes. You can buy it for 99 cents. All the money goes towards studio time. So if you want to help out, that's great. You can subscribe. Links will be in the description. You can follow my music account. And yeah, I mean, it's weird to call you guys my fans. I'm not going to do that, just so you or even my supporters. I consider you guys friends because most of you are my friends. So thank you for being my friend. Yeah, that's the deep dive into Runaway. See you later. It didn't work.